All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the Fuji X-T3 so that it's ready to live stream. So as we transfer this camera between different departments, you may see different settings on the camera for those particular situations. So if you're shooting on the sideline of a game, you want to make sure things are saving to the SD card. You might be able to be recording in 4K. When we're live streaming, there's different settings that we want to make sure we have so that we can ensure that the audience sees really good quality, and also we don't run out of battery or they don't see this menu, for example, that you're seeing right now. So I'm going to walk you through the settings that you're going to go through. So what you're seeing on the camera now is what you'll see on the back of the X-T3. It's a black screen because the lens cap is on. You don't need to see what I'm filming right now. What we care about is making sure we can navigate the menus. So on the back of the camera, you're going to see a button that says Menu OK. And when you hit that button and you're in movie mode, there's a little dial on the top left of the camera where there's a little icon that looks like an old school video camera. Make sure it's clicked onto that. So when you come to this menu, you can see that a whole bunch of options appear. Most likely you'll be on page 1. So I've been fooling around with this for a little bit. So it's on page 3. I'm just using the arrow. And you can see it's a little bit cut off there at the top right, but you'll see on the back of the camera that there's a sort of tells you which page you're on. But anyways, let's go right from the top. So the first thing you want to make sure is that in movie mode, you're set to FHD 16:9 at 29.97 frames per second. The middle number you can adjust if you have more experience in regards to recording video, but the one you want to make sure you keep on is that 16:9 because that's what the ATEM can handle. So then I'm going to hit display back on the back of the camera to go back. And I'm going to use the arrows to go down. We can keep all these other settings the same, but again, if you have particular skill set in regards to adjusting video, you're more than welcome to change some of these options you see here. But the ones that we want to definitely make sure we change are the ones at the bottom here that say 4K movie output and full HD movie output. So essentially when we're live streaming, we're able to extend how long the camera can record video for by not recording anything to the SD card that's built into the camera. We're plugged in, we're live streaming, we don't need to save anything to the SD card. So if you see any number or anything other than that dash next to SD, you're going to want to click on that, and you can see there's a few different options of what we want to save. So on the sideline of a sports game, they're going to want to record to the SD card in 4K. But here, what we're going to be doing is not record to the SD card and just pipe through the HDMI cord that's connected to our ATEM. So I'm going to click on OK there and just make sure I do the same thing with full HD movie output. The other thing you just want to make sure, I would probably recommend having the face eye detection off. Sometimes that's turned on if we're using this for senior speeches or whatever, but just another thing to look out for. And then lastly, the setting that I have on right now is this HDMI output info display. So you may see that turned on, that you definitely want to have that off. So the only reason you're seeing this is because I am outputting the display on the back of the camera. But I would turn that off. So now we're just seeing whatever is being seen by the camera lens. All right, so I'm going to, so you can see all of the menus. All right, and if I go display back, now we can see this is what it would look like when you go to record, but that setting that I just turned back on allows you to see all these different things around the edge of the screen. But if you have that turned off, the audience won't see any of that. You still will, but that's fine. The last thing to make sure of when you go to actually record, focus it up and then actually press record. If you don't press record when you're live streaming, the sort of auto shut off on the camera will turn it off, and you obviously don't want that to happen. So just hit record and make sure that, you have the battery that's going to last the whole concert, which is great, but you want to make sure that you hit record so it just keeps rolling. All right, that's how you get your Fuji X-T3 set up so that you're ready to live stream.